Let's talk about why rents in California are absolutely skyrocketing right now. A lot of people think that it's from the greedy landlords, when in reality there's extenuating factors that come into play that most people don't realize. The first is that there's a ton of EPA regulations for builders to build the property. That's going to include no water runoff, it's going to include energy efficient fixtures, solar, all kinds of other things that are included in the cost of building a home. On average, most builders, it costs them $100,000 per home to break ground. That gets passed on to the homeowner. Additionally, you have obnoxious landlord-tenant laws that have come to the point where landlords are no longer able to be fair in the renting and enforcement of their leases and their rent terms, and are forced to be kind of cold-hearted when it comes to late rent payments and stuff like that. But in addition, it's damn near impossible for landlords to get a tenant out of their property if they're violating the lease or not paying the rent at all. So there's zero incentive now for the landlord to continue to rent to people here in California. Because of that, the domino effect is with interest rates being so low, plus supply and demand being so high, that landlords are looking at the California market and they're saying, you know what, with all of these crazy rules, I can actually take my California money, sell my house in California, my rental property, do a 1031 exchange into a rental property in Nevada or Idaho, buy a home bigger or buy multiple homes and buy more rentals or a multifamily home, and then they're displacing those tenants here in California. So now those tenants that were living in a rental home, you pull that rental home out of the market, so now the rental inventory is lower. You now have a displaced tenant, which means the pool of people looking to rent a home is now higher. And then in addition to that, with low interest rates, a lot of them are saying, well, crap, with interest rates this low, rents this high, I might as well buy a home. So now the pool of people looking to buy a home is larger. So the supply is getting lower and the demand is getting higher. And also you have the military demographic that we have in Southern California, where right now the military is not PCSing or moving people in the droves that they were once before. So a lot of the homes that we're turning over normally are not. So you have all of these extenuating circumstances and you think, oh, it's just the landlords being greedy, they're just jacking up rents because they can. No, one is they have to keep up with the market, because there's more rules and regulations where the landlord is prohibited by the government to raise rents to stay prudent with market value, and therefore they're forcing themselves to put that market rent higher and higher every single time, forcing tenants to be in a precarious position where they're either forced to buy, they're forced to pay an obnoxious amount of money on rent, or they're forced to move out of the area.